Hello, this is Andy Serwich with Altaro Software, and in this video, we're going to do a general demo of some of the main features in the Altaro VM Backup version 7. Let's get started with the dashboard. Welcome to the dashboard. This is your one-stop shop for all the high-level information regarding your instance of Altaro VM Backup. The first thing you'll notice is that the dashboard is broken up into several different subsections. First, we have backup drive status, which displays free versus used storage space for the selected backup drive. Next, we have active and upcoming operations. This list really shows any currently active jobs, and it also shows a list of upcoming scheduled jobs as well. Next, we have recent operations. This section provides a quick way of checking the status of recent backup jobs, and error messages will appear here as well. Finally, we have deduplication and compression statistics. In version 7, we added our new Augmented Inline Deduplication feature, which provides industry-best space savings and backup performance over competing products. This feature is enabled by default on new installations. If you want to verify if it's currently enabled, click the gear icon to go to the Advanced settings. From here, you can take a look at the deduplication column and use the checkboxes to enable this feature as needed. If you've just installed the product, the application won't show anything available to back up. Altaro VM Backup operates at the hypervisor layer, and with that in mind, we need to get all of the target hypervisors added into the product, and this can be done from the host view. We start by clicking Add Host. From there, we start by selecting the hypervisor type. You can add a Hyper-V host or cluster by selecting the type Microsoft Hyper-V. To select a VMware ESXi host or vCenter instance, you need to select the applicable type depending on whether you're adding a standalone host or a vCenter instance. Once selected, fill out the form and click Test Connection to verify connectivity. Then click Next to add the host. Once the host is added, we then need to assign that host's VMs to a backup location. This can be done from the Backup Locations view. Here you'll see backup locations on the right and a tree view of your virtual infrastructure in the middle. To assign a location, simply click and drag a VM, a host, or a data center object to the desired backup location and click Save Changes. If you need to add a new backup location, click Add Backup Location and just work through the wizard. That's really all we need to do prior to taking a backup. No further configuration is needed for your first backup at all. To take your first backup, we go to the Take Backup view. Click the checkbox for the desired VMs, then click Take Backup. And that's it. From there, the job can be monitored directly from the dashboard. So you've taken your first backup, but you don't want to take backups manually forever, do you? That's not time efficient. This is where schedules come in. Schedules can be created and adjusted from the Schedules view. To create a new schedule, click Add Backup Schedule, select a recurrence pattern of weekly or monthly, select a time and days of the week for your new schedule, and then click Save. Additionally, if you want to schedule an offsite copy, you can do so by selecting the days you would like offsite copies to occur. The offsite job will take place after the local backup. This is, of course, assuming that you've defined an offsite location in the Backup Locations view. Once you have your schedule created, you can assign VMs to it by clicking and dragging a VM, host, or data center object onto the schedule and then clicking Save Changes. By default, all VM backups will be retained for up to 2 weeks. But if you want to configure your own retention policies, you can do so from the Retention Policy view. The center column is for retention policies for local backups, and the right-hand column is for off-site retention policies. If you want, you can have different retention policies for both local backups and off-site backups. To create a new retention policy for local backups, click Add New at the top of the center column. Simply select the number of days you would like to retain backups for and then click Save. And then just like in the Schedules and Backup Locations view, you can assign VMs to a retention policy by clicking and dragging a VM, host, or data center object onto the desired retention policy and click Save Changes. A backup application is really no good if you can't recover from it, right? It's pretty easy to recover data with Altaro VM Backup, and we offer 2 different types of recovery, a full VM restore and an object level restore. We'll start by covering a full VM restore. A full VM restore can be conducted from the Restore section of the UI. To get started, select the backup location to restore from, and then click Next. Select the VM you'd like to recover, and then click Next. Then you have to select the dated version of that virtual machine backup you would like to restore. You have to type in a name for the restored VM, and then you have to select the host and the storage that you would like to recover to. Finally, you can choose to leave the NIC for the VM disconnected or not, and then click Restore. The restore job will start, and then you can monitor the status once again from the dashboard. Next, we'll demonstrate how to recover an individual file object. We can recover exchange-level objects as well, but for the purposes of this example, we're going to be recovering an individual file. This can be done from the File Level Restore view located under Granular Restore in the left-hand column. Much like the full VM restore procedure, we're going to start by selecting the restore source and the VM that we're recovering from. Then we have to select, again, what date do we want to go back to, and then click Next to go to the file selection screen. On the file selection screen, you'll select the virtual disk and partition, and then you'll make your file selection. Once you've selected your files, you're going to click Next, and you're then given the option of restoring them to a local location on the machine that's running Altaro VM Backup, or you can select a network location as well. Once selected, click Extract, and you can monitor the job out to completion. Now you've seen how you can recover full VMs and individual files using Altaro VM Backup. And while both of these methods are very easy to use, they can be time-consuming in a situation where you have to do a full recovery of a very large VM, think 2, 3, 4 terabytes in size. This is where another one of the added features in version 7 comes into play, a new feature we call Boot from Backup. Boot from Backup can be accessed by clicking on Boot from Backup in the left-hand column. You've got two options here with this feature, verification mode and recovery mode. Verification mode temporarily boots a VM for testing purposes, while recovery mode boots a VM from the backup repository and then starts conducting a full restore of that VM in the background. For our demo, we'll select recovery mode. On the next two screens, we're going to select the backup location in the target VM and click Next. Select the version you would like to boot along with the boot as name, host, data store, and NIC options, and then we'll click Boot. Click View Booted Virtual Machine Backups to monitor the job's progress. And once the machine is running, you can use it while the restore job occurs in the background. Once the restore job is done, you click Finalize VM Recovery. The VM will reboot to commit changes that occurred while it was restoring, and it'll then boot when it's ready. So that's it for this demo video. If you'd like more information regarding Altaro VM Backup, be sure to take a look at our website at www.altaro.com. Additionally, you can download a 30-day full-featured trial or pick up a free version that covers up to 2 VMs forever. Thanks for watching.